I love the sound of despair in the mornings. That's why I listen to the Magnus Archives. I started listening to the Magnus Archives about 2 or 3 weeks ago. That's when I started listening to the Magnus Archives, and I was like, ooh, wait, this fan art, it actually looks interesting. It also looks gay. So I was like, you know what, I better look at this. Like, oh, I should listen to that, because I love fiction podcasts. So I did. I listened to the first episode on YouTube, and I was hooked. I fell in love with the Jonathan Sims voice. The fictional one, the real one, they have such a lovely voice. And then I listened to it more and I was like, yo, this is really good. I should listen to this on Spotify so I can work and do stuff while listening to this podcast, right? So I did, and I've listened to the first 2 seasons in the span of 2 weeks. That's 80 episodes. Whoops. And I'm on season 3. I'm like halfway through season 3. More than halfway through season 3. And it's terrifying because I completely binged that entire series in the span of like 2 weeks. It's a lot. It's a lot of content. It's spooky. Like, the first season was really spooky. I was like, ooh, this is nice. This is spooky. I like this. But it wasn't like, you know, too much involvement. I didn't have to actively like become involved. And then, ooh boy, the first season finished, right? With that whole Jane Prentice thing with the worms and the stuff. And suddenly I'm like, ooh, this actually might get interesting. And then they kill off my my favorite character in the first season. I was like, oh, so I don't have to worry about anyone dying here, because I'm always used to the happy podcast where no one dies. So I figured this is just gonna be one of those podcasts. It's gonna be happy, no one's gonna die. Boy, was I wrong. And then I have to listen to someone get murdered on tape, first of all. Second of all, I have to hear John go insane over the course of 1 season. I have to listen to people trample all over Martin, and then I have to listen to Tim being sad and angsty and broody, and then I have to listen to Elias being a fucking creep, right? And I'm like, damn, I did not sign up for this. I did not. And then the final straw came when I was looking for the trigger warnings for one of the episodes, because I actually look at those. I found out that it was the last season of the Magnus Archives, and I was already devastated knowing that this season that's ongoing is the last season. But as I scrolled down to the bottom of the list, I found that apparently the show was always meant to be a tragedy. A tragedy. Why did no one tell me when I got invested into this show and this character and everything and everyone's voices that it was going to be a tragedy? And then I had to go out and spoil myself by reading Sasha's page to see if she would come back, and the first thing I read is Sasha is the first of the trio to die. The first? What do you mean by the first? Is there another one? Does that mean Tim's gonna die? Is Martin going to die? And I was like, okay, you know what? I love Tim with all my heart, but if something happens to Martin, I will actually die. I will not just lay on the floor and cry. I will cry for hours. My son, the dear Lord Martin, dying? Not on my watch. Not on my watch, not in my household. Martin shall not die. If Martin dies or becomes an entity or something else, I may just cry for the rest of my life. If they dare touch my boy Martin or scar him or lay a finger on him, I will be throwing hands. Someone will be dying, and that someone will not be me or Martin. I'm just saying, don't touch Martin. He is my son, the love of my life, the huge teddy bear that everyone loves. Martin does not deserve this. No one deserves this. The eye is a little creepy thing that I absolutely hate. And if they kill Martin, someone gonna die, and it's not gonna be me. It's not gonna be me. I'm not saying that it would be a bad idea to kill Martin. I'm just saying don't. If they actually end up killing Martin, I don't even know what I'm gonna do. Just finding out that it was a tragedy is hard enough for me. Having Martin die? Not on my watch. Anyways, this is just my ranty video about how no one is allowed to kill Martin because he's my son. I already cried over this. I already cried over the fact that Martin might die. A fictional character that I've known for 2 weeks is making me cry. Anyways, if you like my rants, just follow me, subscribe I guess, follow me on Tumblr. I drew just one Magnus Archive fan art because I was bored, and also I love John, his voice is so good. If you like this video, my rant, if you want to fight with me in the comments, go ahead. Please no spoilers. I'm just finishing season 3. If someone spoils season 4 for me, I will be throwing hands. Throwing hands. I might just disable the comments. Please just don't kill Martin. Please. Goodbye. I just noticed all the podcast people, they name their characters after themselves. Like Dane Terry, Dane, Cecil Baldwin, Jonathan Sims. Like, it's the same. Why? I'm not criticizing them. Like, is it a secret tradition that no one's mentioned before? Is it